This is interesting. This is interesting. So, Misha, are you next?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am next.
Okay, so maybe what we should do.
This is super awkward.
Yeah.
How do we make
How do we do this?
This is not how
If only we had a host. Oh, that's what you
Where is the transition happening? Man, I miss Rich. First time I've ever seen you spike a mic.
I broke it. Okay. Thank you. This is what's happening now. That's gonna be a goodbye to Jensen and Hackles. And then so you're gonna come back later with Jared. Right? All right, so we're saying goodbye for now to Mr. Jensen Hackles! All right. So Misha's already here, but we have a song we'd love to sing for you.
The song is about how I'm late.
No, there's another song about our favorite angel.
Oh, I love that song.
He's our angel. Come and save me tonight. He's my angel. Come and make it all right. So I want to do this officially, Denver. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Misha Collins. I like you doing your own sound.
I'm whistling for myself.
Yeah. Because it needs a whistle. That applause needed a whistle. So don't be discouraged by the people storming for the exits. It's nothing against you.
Where are they going?
They've been doing it to me all day, so I don't know. Somebody more important is doing
it's interesting being up here with Jensen. It's like, wow, there's a lot of people in here.
I know.
And then it changes radically
I
very
know.
quickly.
I had to introduce myself to the people that finally took their seat for his talk, and there they go. All right, I'm going to leave you to it. Misha, Denver.
Hi, Denver. Bye, Robbie. Hi, everyone. Oh, it's so nice to be back. Missed you. Did some photos earlier today, and there's this plexiglass wall, and it was so many people that I was like, oh, it's so nice to see you, I want to hug you, and I kept stubbing my fingers against because I don't learn. But it really is nice to see everyone again. How many people here are new to conventions? What? Oh my, that's shocking to me. There were so many hands that just went up. I thought these were all the old guard. Well, welcome, new people. You have unwittingly joined a cult, just so you know. Well, we can talk about it later, but we'll need you to renounce all of your relationships with your friends and family. This is your new family. And family don't end in blood. But if you try to leave, there will be blood. Oh, that was ominous. Weird.
On point. Yeah.
But on point. I've been working on this kind kind of travel, culture, food show for PBS recently that hasn't yet aired. But we're traveling around the country, seeing different places. And I was just in Detroit yesterday. And Detroit has all of these vacant lots and demolished houses and demolished buildings and boarded up storefronts. And yet, as we explored Detroit, it was like there was this palpable feeling of optimism and opportunity and hope. And I feel like collectively coming out of this pandemic and this shutdown and all of the loss and sacrifice that came along with it, it feels like there are buds that are beginning to open and optimism and hope are creeping back. And this feels like that to me.
Misha, for the cooking show or the food show, how is that going and when are we expecting to see that air?
Well done.
I'm enjoying it. I'm traveling all over the country right now and kind of exploring different communities, different ethnic communities, different geographic communities through the lens of food. So it's sort of like it's the entry point in order to penetrate these other worlds that I don't chortle. Shame on you. I want to get deep inside these communities. And each episode has a climax. And hopefully, I mean, I'm feeling like at the end, I'm walking away feeling like very satisfied, and I hope the community that I visited was satisfied as well. It's been kind of fascinating. Like I just came here from Detroit, and I was like, I spent an hour with the former head of the American Nazi Party, and spent a couple hours with a guy who's an urban farmer on the vacant land on lots that were demolished after the housing crisis in 2007. There's so many vacant properties in Detroit. A lot of them are being turned into urban farms. I was talking to this guy who's 87 years old, who's farming in his dungarees, this black farmer, and his cowboy hat. And he was an Okie. He lived through the Dust Bowl. He had 17 siblings in Oklahoma, and now at 87 years old, he's farming in Detroit. It was pretty cool. So I'm meeting fascinating people and having a lot of really greasy food, which is why my Castiel pants don't fit anymore. Would anyone like to help me by asking me a question? How about you?
Oh God, I didn't think I'd get chosen, so.
Well, you were at the front of the line.
Yeah, I didn't think
It would have been weird if I had asked someone 5 people behind you. You'd be like, what the fuck? I was here first.
This is kind of cliche, but I'm a veterinarian, and so I saw.
That is cliche.
It's a cliche question for a veterinarian, but I was just interested in, I saw in your social media that you guys adopted a puppy, and how has that been going for you guys?
Well, here's the thing. Kids love animals. I don't know if you know this about them.
Yeah.
And they are like, yes, I can't wait to have an animal. I will do everything to take care of it. And that doesn't always accurately predict how things unfold. So first we got a leopard gecko, and it's very cute and very hungry and never watered. It's alive. because we gave it to another family. So anyway, the kids are huge fans of Hazel, our dog, and they do nothing to support Hazel's life at all.
Typical.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Do you have animals in your home?
I'm working on my residency away from home, but all my pets are with my family in California.
Okay.
So, yeah, but
So with your parents?
Yes.
So that's just sort of exactly what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know, I'll take care of these animals, and then you fuck off to school, and yeah. Thanks.
So my question is, I started gishing a couple years ago, and it's super fun, and so I wanted to find out, you've been doing it a lot longer than a couple years, so what is your most memorable event tied to GISH?
For those of you who don't know, GISH is the greatest international scavenger hunt, and it's a weird little game that I started more than a decade ago and seems to keep going. People participate in over 100 countries. My favorite things were, I don't know. There was many things that I really loved. The very first image that came, the first scavenger hunt that I did, I remember Vicky was, my wife was pregnant with West, and she was very pregnant, and I did this little scavenger hunt from our little apartment in Vancouver, and I remember being at my computer, and the first submissions came in, and at that time there was only 300 participants, and they were emailing me their submissions. The first one I opened the item was like, cover yourself completely in cotton candy with only your face exposed, but your face has to be covered in lipstick. You know. And there was this poor kid who made the submission, and it was him just standing in his poorly lit bedroom in front of the closet with like melting, he was maybe 14 years old, and in the Philippines, and it was all melting to his body, and there was this like humiliating face of lipstick all over his face. And I saw it, and I was like, this is what I was meant to do. It just made me so happy. I distinctly remember walking out of the room and saying, to Vicky, I was like, I really think I've hit on something here. And other things like that. Having Emily Dickinson, the texts of Emily Dickinson poems projected onto the hulls of naval warships was a really arresting. It's funny that I use that term, it was not intentional. A couple people were arrested doing that. But it was just like such a kind of powerful image. I really loved that. I loved it when NASA told us to stop bothering on their official Twitter feed. It said, we appreciate your gishers doing your scavenger hunt, but our astronauts have real work to do. Please leave them alone. That was pretty satisfying. The next year I wrote an item that said, last year NASA told us to leave their astronauts alone. I know that they've been kicking themselves all year for that rash decision. Get GISH written in space. And lo and behold, a week later, NASA tweets, they gave up. And they tweet like they officially named a mountain on Mars Gishwez, and posted it on their social media. It was pretty awesome. And then, so in a moment of seriousness, the thing that is most meaningful is that every GISH, we band together everyone's resources and figure out some one thing that we can all collectively do that will make a profound impact in either a person's life or a community's situation. And we've done some amazing things doing that, you know? Really just kind of amazing. We bought like 60 square miles of forest land in Nepal and set it aside permanently. We, you know, have found housing and medical attention and schooling for Syrian refugees that were living in Lebanon, and we run a dance school, and we have farmers in Africa who have like permanent farmland because of this weird little game that we do. So that feels really satisfying. Hi.
Hello. So I didn't actually have a question. I just put my name in to ask a question for a friend, but she's in that line over there. So
what are the chances?
Who knew, right?
What are we gonna do then?
So I am a fan of Cass because she got me into watching the show, of course. And since I don't have a question, I'm just gonna ask you to say, "Hey, ass butt."
As a rule, I don't do cast voice things on stage, but I mean because and honestly, I think to ask me to do that would be, you know, something that an ass butt would do. I've had a couple of times when I've gone into cast voice in the last few months, and it's been like, it's like I'm losing my cast voice, and it's so sad. But it's in there somewhere when it comes out. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Misha. I thought my wife would have the opportunity to be here. I was surprised when I was picked, so sorry, honey, I love you. My question to you is...
You probably could have just given her your spot.
Would they let her? No. Okay.
Of course they would. I would. So now I'm like, now it's your choice to take the question instead of giving it to your wife, which you seem to be doing.
My question to you...
Whoa. Somebody's not getting any tonight.
My question to you is, when you were first cast, did you have any idea, when you were cast with Castiel, that you were going to be on the show as long as you were?
So when I was originally cast on the show, the audition material that they sent out said 3 episodes. But I have some very incriminating photos of Eric Kripke, the show creator. So I knew I'd be able to leverage that into a much longer run. Over time, you know, it became clear that the character was adding nothing to the show, and yet I stayed on. And that's because of blackmail. Thank you. Where's the wife? Hi. How are you? I cannot believe he did that.
Did what?
Took your question.
I know, I can't believe it either. Pay for it.
I know he will.
You'll pay for it.
Wow. So you two are into some kinky stuff, huh? What is the question that you wanted to ask?
The question I was going to ask was, what was the best part of playing Cass in which episode?
Oh, what a great question. I wish I had gotten that one. I'm going to go back up on stage because I'm eating my shirt right now. Your turn. Hi.
Hi. My name's Hunter, and I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon and say something before I ask my question.
Okay.
I'd just really like to thank you for being such a great ally to the LGBT community. And my question is, if you were a serial killer, what song would you leave playing at your crime scenes?
I guess the theme song to The Greatest American Hero.
Yes!
Thank you. It was a great follow-up to your introductory statement. Made a ton of sense. Thank you. Hi.
Hi there. Oh goodness. So this is going to be a really depressing question, so sorry. But so the boys had a problematic father at best and a very difficult relationship. Sorry, I wrote it down. But they managed to find peace between love and hate after his death. What advice would Cass give to them or to someone who had a father like that after losing them this year?
I'm just so sorry for your loss, and I don't know what Cass would say. I think that, you know, in the world of Castiel, there's an afterlife, right, and a heaven, and an opportunity to see one another again, and whether that ends up being literal.
Oh my gosh! Stop! Stop!
Hi.
Listen, I couldn't come alone, so.
You gotta stop. You talk a lot, man. You talk a lot.
I know.
And they
How long have you been
appreciate that.
stuck in the wings over here?
We got a lot of text messages like, hey, Misha won't stop. We have a photo op to go to. So we have to steal him from you guys because we're going to take some photos. All right?
Jared Padalecki, ladies and gentlemen!
Look at this, all three of them on stage together. It's been a while, it's been a minute. Misha Collins, Jared Padalecki, Jensen and Jared. The stars of the show. We'll see them again real soon.
See y'all soon. They've seen y'all, I haven't yet, so I just want to say, missed you guys. Really fucking happy to be here. See you what's up.
Walker himself, Jared Padalecki.
Hi. So who's brand new? Okay, pretty much everybody. Sweet. My name is Jason Mans. I played the Rougarou. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't on the show, and my face wasn't on the show. They used some of my music on season 4, and this happens all the time in Hollywood, that if they use like 5 to 7 seconds of your song in season 4 of a show that lasts 15 years, you get to do conventions. Every time, look it up. Yeah, and I'll play some songs, answer some questions. I'm sure you have many burning questions about season 4, episode 1. It was called Lazarus Rising. It was the first appearance of Jason Mans' music. And then some angel guy, I think, too.
What the hell is that? That's an iPod jack. You were supposed to take care of her, not douche her up. Dean, I thought it was my car. Really?
But also, because it's kind of funny, because that's kind of the artist that I am. I like singer-songwriter stuff. I like pretty mellow, chill, laid-back tunes, which makes it funny because I met Eric Kripke and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're Jensen's buddy. You sing." I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Give me your CD. I'll put it on the show." And I was like, "Oh man, Eric, you put me in a tough spot here, man. I love the show, and I really dig what you do with it. I sing a lot of love songs. I just don't know that it's a fit. I will give you this CD, but just know this. When you listen to it and you think nothing screams two badass dudes shooting things from a muscle car while spinning out, I won't be offended. That won't hurt my feelings when you go, this is not the right project for your music." Which makes the fact that they used it in the Impala, and Dean agreed with me that it did not fit there, and he took it out and threw it in the back seat because it was on a cute little white iPod. It makes it all the more funny. But anyway, so there you have it. Glad you made it. You're here. You look. Half of your face looks beautiful. Yeah, I don't know, what should I play?
Play some Skinner.
All right, I'm gonna play this song.
I'm ignoring it.
When the night is come, land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Ooh, stand now. Stand by me. If the sky we look upon should tumble and fall, oh, the mountain should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Ooh, stand now. Stand by me. If ever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Ooh, stand now. Stand by me.
Thank you.
Several heads. We each have a singular head.
You're not on.
Hello. Testing. Testing. There we are.
There you are.
Starting off strong, aren't we? I was trying to come up with. He was like, I think I'm gonna go out with a cowboy hat. then it's probably not gonna last. And I'm like, you're gonna put the beanie on, and he's like, yeah. Like, and then there was something. It was like, you can put the boy back in Texas, but you can't make him wear a cowboy hat all the time.
He's still gonna wear it too.
He's still gonna put his winter hat back on.
Tooth, beanie, whatever. Hi, guys. I'm really happy to be here.
Me too. Right?
And here I am, back to trying to figure out how the hell.
What do you need, big
So
guy?
anyways, the other day I was... And when I carried on, wrecked him and nearly killed him. But that's a real nice ski mask. Sorry. Back at it.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man.
How's season 2 of Walker going? Speaking of cowboys.
It's going. We have one of the best directors I've ever worked with coming in soon to shoot an episode. That's right. So we're having a good time. I hope y'all gotten to.
Come on.
I hope y'all gotten to see a few episodes.
It's not Beaver.
It's fun. You know, it's supernatural, and Sam Winchester is always has a place in my heart. And they say, and hell, you know, like when you have kids, they say you don't have to split your heart up. Your heart just grows. Like my love for my buddy Sam and Dean didn't shrink when Cordell happened.
To make room.
It just got a
right.
little bit, but yeah, it just grew a little bit. So I feel like I have a big heart, and I'm just really grateful. Yeah, my homeboy has to go shoot something tomorrow. So let's see what people are saying. I'm gonna let him go first.
Oh, all right. Yes. Yeah, you. Yeah.
You in the mask.
The one I'm pointing at.
I didn't think I'd actually get picked. Okay. What is, both of you, what is your favorite and your least favorite thing you've played in other than Supernatural?
Oh, wow. I'll go first on that. My favorite was taking out Supernatural. My favorite's Walker. My least favorite was probably one of the horror movies I did. Not that I didn't have a good time, but you're shooting all night long. So it's like, hey, this is an exterior night scene week. House of Wax was great because it was a lot of it was on stage.
No, it wasn't.
Sure, but by the way, I had a great time on Friday the 13th, and it was filmed in Austin, but it's like, hey, your call time today is 7 p.m. You're like, huh? Like, yeah, don't worry, we'll have you. The sun comes up at 6 a.m., so you'll be able to go home. I'm like, huh? Which one?
New York Minute was his best horror movie, just for the record.
I shot that in Toronto. I had to warm it up for Ackles.
Favorite, gosh. I mean, I might actually be currently in that role. I've wanted to do a Western, or be in a Western since I was 6 years old. So awesome. I had this little sheriff's vest with like the fringe on it and a little badge, and I had. He
still has it.
I do. I had it sized up. I wear it quite often. It used to hang at the end of my bed along with my cap gun holsters. I had little cap guns. And at 6, I would put the vest on, I'd put my belt on, put my hat on, and I'd head into the kitchen for my Fruit Loops. I mean, it was, now, I don't know if I can say that. I'm gonna,
say it!
No.
Say it! Say it!
Let's just say that I mean, clearly, like, I didn't, this wasn't something that's been long in the works. I got home from Toronto and had a week and thinking like, oh, I've got like 2 months off before I go and play in Austin with this guy. I'm just gonna hang out. And then literally less than a week later, I get a phone call from my manager saying, hey, there's there's this Western, there's a role in it, these are the cast members, this is the director wants to have a Zoom call with you. And I was like, you had me at Western, what am I doing? Where am I going? And he's like, just take the meeting first. I was like, okay, fine. So I'm sitting there, I log in, the Zoom page is like, this will start, the host will let you in, or whatever, you know. We all know Zoom now, right? And so the room opened, and there was the director and Alec Baldwin. And then Alec Baldwin spent 30 minutes pitching me the role, and I was like, I can stop you.
I'll do it.
You had me at hello. Because it was already a Western, and I just need to know where I need to go and how long you need me for. So right away, that was it. And to be fair, like, I did read the script, and the role was really cool, and it was unique and interesting, and I'm super stoked on it.
My question is regarding Mystery Spot.
Regarding which?
Mystery Spot.
Oh.
So every morning when you wake up, you hear Heat of the Moment by Asia. Oh, God. In today's world, if you were stuck in a time loop, what song would be playing?
Yeah, we bougie like Applebee's. Very sweet steak and an Oreo shake and some whipped cream and it's hot too strong. Okay.
Mine would be...
I pay attention. I know it. I'm hip.
Mine would be some song by Pink, because Odette thinks she's a freaking rock star.
She is a rock star.
She is a rock star. But she'll run around the house going like, so what? I'm a rock star. I got my rockin' moves. And she'll just basically do that over. So I guess it's called rock star.
So what?
So what? Yes. So it would be that. I'd be like, Odette's awake. I'll feed her. That would be my Groundhog Day. Thank you.
So what preparation did you do when you were on the show and lost the ability to walk? And how did you feel being the first person with a disability portrayal on Supernatural?
How did I prepare for the wheelchair stuff? Yeah. Well, I don't know if I did any particular preparation. What I did was think about all the people I've known who have been confined to wheelchairs. And I had a college roommate who was in a chair, and I simply went back and tried to remember things that he had talked about the experience, and he used to do amazing tricks in his wheelchair. He could have been some sort of I don't know. This guy was way better in a wheelchair than I am on my feet, and but I remember just thinking back. Okay, what was his life like day to day, and then trying to imagine myself in those circumstances. It's impossible to imagine yourself completely 100% into circumstances that you've never experienced, but by leaning on my memories of this roommate in college, it helped me a lot. And I wanted always to be respectful of the situation and not take any of it lightly, because at the end of the day, I could get up and walk to the car and go home. And I was very honored to be representing people who couldn't. So, thank you.
That's the best preparation you could do. Thank you.
No, not to be a downer, but I think probably the most difficult scene for me to shoot was the scene where I was preparing to kill my zombie wife for the first time. It was, I mean, for the second time, but the first time on camera. As many of you know, I had lost my wife in real life not long before that. And it was, on one hand, actors are sometimes given incredible gifts in a script where you look at the material and someone might say, oh, wow, that's got to be terrible for you to have to act that considering what went on in your own life. But I always look at that as, no, I can do this better than somebody that it hasn't happened to. Maybe I wish I couldn't do it better, but I tend to look at it as a gift. But in terms of the day-to-day, the moment-to-moment on screen when you're working, that was a tough day. And it was, everybody was very kind to me and made it as easy as they could. But it was, I'm not sure I've ever had a harder day working.
Was there any part of it that was cathartic at all?
Oh, it was very cathartic. It was very cathartic for the reason I just talked about. Something similar had happened on Deadwood. I had a vaguely similar scene, and at that time it had only been a few months since my wife's death, and everybody was saying, "I can't believe they're making you do this. I can't believe they're putting you through this, doing this scene so close to it." And I said, "No, you don't understand. This is a gift. It's a chance to make a little bitty silk purse out of a real big sow's ear." And that's how I took it. So, thank you.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about acting is they can sometimes be cathartic, emotionally cathartic. I don't know that I had any, you made me cry a little bit. Sorry.
Well, if I have to take those studs off stage, I can only bring you an even bigger, even more sexy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sam. Mr. Jared Padalecki! Can't find a
That's the only time I've jumped since Vegas 2020. Quite literally.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, man.
Hi, Denver.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Jessica. I'm a first-timer, fan since day one.
Welcome.
Try to be fast and sweet. In the past, you guys have made the joke that you felt you were basically unemployable outside of SPN. And I'd like to ask you now that you've moved on to other projects, Walker's phenomenal, how do you feel your success is going? Are you still employable?
Yes, which is why I had to be one of the employers as well. You know, I didn't get a phone call about the boys. I got like, hey, can I help hire people for a job in Austin, Texas? I know this guy, Jared. No, thank you. You know, we, on Supernatural, I think what it was is that it felt like such a family, and it was such a family, and will forever be such a family, that we felt like, oh gosh, I don't know how to go back into the workplace with people who don't behave like this, and know each other's family, and know each other's, you know, hobbies, and what they do on the weekends, where they travel, what they listen to. And so we were like, I don't know how I'll walk into another set. I think it's probably also a great question for Ackles, because he went to a set that already existed.
I missed that chance.
Okay, I'll ask him. I'll report back. Yeah, Walker's been great to be able to build another family, you know? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks a bunch. Welcome. Hey there.
Hi, Jared. I'm Crystal.
Jared, nice to meet you.
First time attendee, but I've been watching since the pilot.
Amazing.
So, yeah, long time.
Yeah.
I actually introduced my dad to the show years ago, and he immediately got hooked. So, I'm wondering if you have any paranormal shows that you love to watch or anything like that that I can report back to him, because now he's addicted to the genre.
Oh, no way. Well, I grew up watching Twilight Zone. Yeah, which is great. And then X-Files as well, which is fun to work with Mitch again. For those who've seen Walker, how good is he as Bonham?
Yeah. Woo! I love him.
He's awesome. Corny. But yeah, I think X-Files was great. Great. Firefly. And then I watched, I don't know if this is considered paranormal, but I also watched the original Star Trek, the Shatner. Yeah. So, and I think there are a bunch out there. I'm sort of woefully ignorant, I suppose, of a lot of it. I say this, it sounds humorous, but I mean it. Like, I only really get to watch animated shows that my kids watch. Otherwise, it was fine. He could try out Paw Patrol, Bubble Guppies, the fish talk. I mean, that's paranormal. Wild Kratts. Yeah. Gabba Gabba. You say Yabba Zabba? Abba Zabba? I don't know that one yet. Go Gabba Gabba. All right. Well, you don't need to. It's bad. Then why did you say it? Now it's in my head. No, but yeah, I think X-Files and the original Twilight Zone, like the Rod Serling, this is my voice. I haven't talked this much in a while. Crowd. Y'all are like, bullshit. Yeah, I start with those. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Jerry. My name is Lisa. I don't really have a question. I just had a quick favor, if it'd be okay.
Depends.
It's hopefully okay. My daughters mean the absolute world to me, and I do sincerely mean that. Everything, they mean everything to me. And my eldest got me into Supernatural, and because of her, I'm here having the time of my life. I truly mean that. And she is up front right now, and about a month ago, she had her 21st birthday. I was wondering if you could wish her a happy birthday. Her name is Rachel.
Where are you, Rachel? Where are you? Rachel, happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rachel. Happy birthday to you. Thanks, Mom. Hi there.
Hi. First, I promise to thank you from my 4-year-old granddaughter. I have a pillow of you guys, and when she has nightmares, I put it in bed with her, and she's convinced that you guys...
And they become worse?
No, you chase away all the monsters.
Aww, cute.
Amazing.
The question is, James Marsters guested on your show, and he's been to Denver Cons, and told a funny story about you guys distracting him during one of his longer speeches. And we thought we'd like to get a chance to hear your side of the story.
I think it was Jensen. It sounds like y'all don't believe me. Probably for good reason.
He still managed to do the speech in one take.
He did. Yeah, he's like a Jim Beaver style professional. We were doing a lot of stuff. I think somebody may have farted again. I think Jensen. But we, during those long days, Supernatural had some long days, and they were great days, and they were fun days, but they were long, and so you just needed something to kind of up the morale or escape from the work that remained to be done for a moment. So I don't recall exactly everything we did, and that's not a lie. That's me going like, I did so much over 327 episodes to everybody that I don't recall. I do recall that he was like a rock just got through his stuff. We were like, damn it. If we do it again, we can break him. We can kick it up a notch. But we didn't need to. Yeah, he's a pro. I want to work with him again. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, thank you. We are over here. Hi there. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Alexis.
Alexis?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Pueblo, Colorado.
Okay. Is that far?
An hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming all this way to see us.
I was wondering if Sam character traits are going to show up in your new show, Walker.
Probably. I worked pretty hard, and I'm still trying to work pretty hard to make sure that Cordell, you know, as an actor, I try to make a character true to their journey and their situation and the genre of show or movie it is, and make it make sense for the story in general. You know, a lot of Sam and Jared started to, we have great writers in Supernatural, I think we can all agree. And so, great writers, they see, you know, between cut and action, you know, because sometimes the camera still rolls. So they'll see Jared and Jensen talking before they call action, and they're Sam and Dean. And vice versa. When the scene cuts, you'll see them and you'll see gag reels and this and that. And so, talented writers, which we had no shortage of, will gradually start to work in Jared to Sam and Jensen to Dean. Sam and Dean are not Jared and Jensen, but they started to grow into kind of an amalgamation, like a combination of who Jared and Sam were and Jensen and Dean were. I made Jensen and Dean shorter. On accident, I swear, but I noticed it afterwards. And so I imagine as Cordell gets to be a part of telling the story that we're telling on Walker, there will be probably some Jaredisms that became Samisms, but I'll try and not make them too obnoxious. So thank you, Alexis, for your question. Guys, gals, so good to see y'all. Been a long time.
Give it up for Jared Padalecki! Can't find a good man. Can't find a good man. We want to say goodbye. We love you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, you know, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. And we didn't know what to expect. It's been a long time. You know, Richard had to cancel, Matt canceled. We didn't know it blew us away. It blew away my expectations. It's been a wonderful weekend. So thank you so much, everyone. We're going to sing a song we like to sing at the end of the con, and we're going to sing it for you right now. Okay, sounds great. It's the end of the con, and I know where your heart is. It's the end of the con, and I know where it's the end of the con, and I know where. So go home. After the autographs and the photographs and the meet and greets, it's the end of the con, and I know where. You've been wonderful. It's the end of the con, and I know it. So I didn't have an answer to that last question. It's the end of